Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. It's Rachel here. Today I'm doing a full face drugstore. It's been a minute since I've done anything like that because I've been a high-end bitch recently. We used to do drugstore looks all the time and I need to get back into them because we've got some drugstore palettes that really just deserve some love. So I'll try and do some more eye looks and stuff like that regarding that. But we've got a little natural, cute little moment today. So if you want to see how I created this look, then just keep on watching. So I'm going to start out with my eyes first. I'm just going to prime my lids with my Covergirl True Blend Concealer because it's nighttime and I don't waste my eye primer at night. You guys know the drill. So I use a little bit of this. I've actually noticed this isn't too bad as an eye base. As far as concealers go, I'm just going to blend it out with my Dirty Beauty blender from earlier today because I'm disgusting. And I also have a lot of glitter on my face from my look earlier, so ignore that. For my eyeshadow palette, I'm going to use this little Pixi Beauty Heart Defense, I think, palette. It's so cute. Oh, ignore, I'm missing a nail. But it's so precious. My only gripe with it is the shadows don't show up as deep as they look in the pan on the skin. So if you have a deeper complexion, I feel like you would struggle with this palette. But first, I'm going to take this little Morphe M513 brush and blend this little, what's it called? February 4th, this shade right here, into my crease. And I'm using a Natasha Denona mirror just so I can feel high-end again. And then on a little Unicorn Cosmetics blending brush, I'm going to take the dark brown shade, which is Lip Sync, I believe, this one, and add that to the outer corner. You guys will see what I mean when I say that the shadows don't show up very deep, which is tragic, but we'll just do more of a light kind of eye today. So I pack it on and you're like, oh, some pigment. No. When you blend, it leaves. I like the shimmers. The shimmers are adorable, but the mattes could use some work. So I'm just going to blend around the edges. But yeah, there's really not much pigment to this palette. Like, that's the darkest shade in the palette. That's kind of silly. That's like a transition shade for me, and like, that's not even deep enough for a lot of skin tones to use. So just bear that in mind. I do think this is really cute, but I don't know, man, I'm disappointed in the quality. You know, I thought it was going to be like banging, and then I did one eye off camera and I was like, could be better. But it's still cute, and I think that if you like these tones and you're not a big makeup wearer, I think you'd really like it. And then I'm going to do a wing. Oh, I forgot my lid shade. I'm going to take the shade Philippines, which is the shimmery orange right here, and I'm going to take it on a like Unicorn Cosmetics flat brush and pack it all over my lid first. I think this shade is really, really pretty. Alright, then I'm going to make a wing. I'm just going to use my concealer that I have on the back of my hand from earlier and a little, it's called Eye Magic Makeup is the brush. It's just a brush from Sally's. I got like a paintbrush set so we can use it for more detailed looks, but this is a little bit of a bigger brush from there. But I'm just going to do a little wing with this. Alright, that's about as good as we're going to get. I'm just going to do this with my fingers and go into this shade here, which is Fur Babies, the little pink shade, and then I'll go in with Coffee, or is it Lip Sync? I think it's Coffee. In a little bit as well, just to deepen it up a little bit. It'll just be a cute little naturally-ish fall makeup look. But yeah, the shimmers in this palette are decent. What are you guys watching right now? I must know. I'm kind of in a weird phase with watching shows and movies because ever since Disney Plus came out, it's all I want to watch, which is great and all, but I have shows that I've left abandoned. I had started Grey's Anatomy and I actually started liking it, and now I'm not watching it for that very reason. I watched some Supernatural with my boyfriend last night because I do love that show, even though it's kind of stressful. So we watched a couple episodes, and there's a lot of decent like movies on Netflix now. Like they've got The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith in it on Netflix now, which is lovely. That movie is so good. It makes you cry like a baby, but it is a very good movie, so I'd recommend that. But are you guys watching anything? I can't really love a show anymore after Lucifer. That's how it is. I miss Lucifer, and I'm upset at the ending, and they need the next season to come out immediately, otherwise I will be suing for emotional distress. Alright, so we've got that little tiny wing on, and then I'm going to take that darker shimmer shade, just kind of pat it over the top, just very lightly. My wings are... why do I always do this? My wings are always like opposite shapes. Hold on. We're just gonna stick it up really high. Because I always do this. I make the shape so wrong because I'm so focused on the wing that I don't actually focus on the shape of the other wing. Alright, not my best work, but we'll clean up the concealer. I'm going to go in with the brush that I had the darkest shade on, and just do that, then take my blending brush and do this. Then I'm going to go in with this little L'Oreal Brow Gel. It's the Brow Stylist and Set Volumizing Brow Mascara. I'm not sure what shade this is in. It's in a dark brown. I like this brow gel, but the brush, every time it's so hard for me because it's so small. I'm so used to like big brushes for my big eyebrows that this small brush I just get everywhere. So I'll have to spoolie through that little chunk that I went too hard on. Okay, for primer, I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I like this primer. I do. I didn't like it at first because I was comparing it too harshly to the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. I kind of put it on like a moisturizer. I know that's not really how you're supposed to do it, but it's my preferred method. But once I stopped comparing it to the Tatcha Silk Canvas and I loved it for it being itself, I started liking it. I haven't used the Tatcha Silk Canvas in a hot minute because I ran out of it, but it was my favorite. OGs will know. I was on that stuff. I loved it so much. But now that I don't set my foundation, I think I wouldn't care for it as much because it just helped with my creasing, but it was only because I was setting my foundation that I was creasing, so I don't know. For concealer, I'm going to go in with my Covergirl True Blend Concealer. This is in the shade M100 Golden Natural. This I could go a little bit lighter in if I wanted to, but I don't know. I think that this does oxidize a little bit, so I would suggest going like one shade lighter than you think. But it is a really nice concealer. I would consider like repurchasing it whenever I run out. And for foundation, I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal 24-Hour Fresh Wear Foundation. This one is in the shade 470. I do like this foundation. It's a little bit more matte than I like to go for nowadays, but it is a really, really nice foundation for long wear. When I wore this a lot when I was in Rome, and it lasted forever. I would normally sheer it out with an oil, but I don't really want to right now. I'm just gonna put it on. It's not exactly the right undertone for me, which is a little bit annoying, but this does oxidize as well, to me. At least on my skin it oxidizes a little bit. So be careful with that, because I got a shade. It was already too dark when I ordered it, because I ordered it online. And I was like, whatever, we can make it work, just lighten it up with some concealer. No. That shade was like hella orange on me. It did not work well at all. But I feel like this is a good foundation for, it's like a good matte foundation for dry skin and a good satin foundation for more oily skin, is how I would describe it. And I'll just get rid of my brow gel flex like that. I always get brow gel everywhere too. It's my favorite product on earth, but I can never apply it correctly. And now that I'm matte and pale, my tan is raw tan right now. I got a new self tanner and it gets a lot darker a lot quicker than I'm used to, and so I was not prepared for this in any way. So now my foundations are too light. I'm just gonna go in with this Maybelline concealer in the shade tan. Yeah, in the shade tan for a cream bronzer. That was probably too much, but I'll be bronze. Gay Jesus actually recommended this to us, and it is such a nice cream bronzer color. It is so warm. I love it so much. But it is a concealer, so it's got a lot of pigment, so you have to be careful sometimes because you can overdo her. But as of right now, I'm quite pasty, so I could use a little overdoing. Now we'll see how this forehead goes, because I can already feel it going south. I think I added too much, so we will just blend it. And then for powder bronzer, I'm gonna go in with Milani Dolce. This is such a good bronzer. It might not be enough for me right now. It looks a little bit lighter in the pan than it is, because that doesn't look like it would do anything on me, but it does. It's such a nice, like, natural bronze, and the packaging broke, so we're trying to pan it as of right now, because we don't want to buy another one because there's plenty of product left, but it is a little dangerous to have in our collection. It just does this. There's no lid now, so I'm gonna take some of this on like my nose. Then I will highlight with my Maybelline Master Chrome highlighter. This is in the shade Molten Gold. This was my, I mean, it's got pan in it. I don't know if you can see. But this was my favorite highlighter of all time until dun dun dun, I started not liking powder highlights. I still do think it's a really good formula for powder highlights, and it's really, really pretty. I don't think it looks too, like, I don't know, intense or thick on the skin, but it's just not as pretty as a cream highlight. But I'm trying to continue to use it anyway. I'm trying to find my way back to a powder highlight so I don't feel so alone. No, because I've got so many dang powder highlights in my collection, I can't just not use them. I've got like a whole bucket full, you know, because powder highlight was all I used, and now that I'm into like cream highlights, like, what am I supposed to do with these? I'm gonna use them regardless, but I don't know. I wish, Maybelline, can you come out with this in a cream? Because I would use it so much. I think for blush, I'm gonna use this Pixi Palette Room. I use that same little duo fiber brush I used for my bronzer, and I'm gonna take this peachy shade here. I think that could be cute. A little powdery, but I think it'd be a cute little peach blush moment if it even shows up, you know, since it hasn't been doing anything. I'd say it showed up enough. Sorry, I'm looking in my mirror over here. I'm not trying to ignore you guys. This is just aloe and water in a setting spray bottle. I'm just gonna spray that on my face. The Ulta Black Friday sale started. BRB. We'll deal with the Ulta sale later. This is too overwhelming because we're almost done anyway. So my face is already done. We're just gonna do a little some for the under eyes. You know, we're not gonna take too much time because it's not pigmented anyway. So I'm just gonna take the dark brown shadow on a little fluffy brush. And I'm just gonna go like that. Just smudge it under the eyes. And for mascara, I'm going to use my Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara. I'm not going to put any lashes on because this is such a soft look that I don't feel that I need them anyway. So you're just going to have to ignore my terrible eyelashes because they're really not special in any way. Some people like Kathleen Lights and Allie Glines. Is that her name? Allie Glines? I don't know. But they just put on mascara and they look like they've got just angelic eyelashes. Eyelash extensions, one may say. And it's pretty unfair. Okay, so there's my stunning baby eyelashes. This technically isn't Drugstore, but it's cheap. This is the Colourpop So Juicy Gloss. This is the clear shade. There's no shade name. I really just love me a clear lip gloss, and that's what I'm gonna do for this little look here. So just add some on. Smoky Glow said these suck, and she lied. These are my favorite lip glosses almost ever. Like they're a little sticky. I won't lie. They're a little sticky. They're a little goopy, but look at that shine. Anyway, that's the finished look. I kind of feel like I was off in this video. Sometimes I'm just talking and then I edit it back and I'm like, what are you even going on about? And then I feel like sometimes my voice is too low, but I film it at night, so it's like I've got a lower voice at night. I don't know, okay, but I promise I don't hate you guys. It's just sometimes I film and I get into a fog. I don't know. What would you call it? You kind of get to filming and you don't really know what you're saying or doing because you're focusing on the makeup. I don't know. This is a pretty natural look, so I don't know what I'm on. But I had one hell of a time doing my makeup today. Earlier, it was not going well. But sorry for rambling. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!